Okay, this is Shira 7. So I'm going into these male skirts. Now look, all around the world, ancient times, in Africa, in India, South Pacific, all of these people are wearing their native wraps, aka man skirts. Even the entertainers of today are starting to wear them because it's coming back into style. The merges are happening between male and female, mind, body, and soul. Thanks. Hi, Shira 7, I'm back. Okay, this video is going to be about men in skirts because there are so many photographs today circling the internet with all these rappers, actors, musicians, and people that are wearing skirts, men. Now, I see a lot of comments on Facebook and the websites, and some of them are like totally against this and are upset and saying, why are they trying to push the gay agenda? When you wear a skirt does not make you gay, just like wearing pants does not make me gay. Okay, that's just silly. Okay, so first of all, if you look at other countries and continents on this earth, a lot of those people wear wraps or skirts are men. Like, look in India, they wear like the little sarong wrap. Look in Africa, they wear the kente cloth wrap and the robes and all of that. Look in South Pacific Islands and Hawaii, they wear the sarongs. Look in, Japan, where they used to, when they dress up in their cultural attire, they wear the long Asian wraps. Pants are just a modern invention invented by Europeans. Okay, our native people in most of the world did not wear pants. They wore wraps, sarongs, robes, etc. Okay, so when some guy wants to wear a wrap or a skirt, it doesn't mean he's gay, because skirts were around before pants. Okay, this is silly. I don't understand why y'all keep thinking people are trying to turn you gay. Only person that can turn you gay is yourself. Okay, so get over it. That's silly. It's like you think it's a disease that you're going to catch. If you're so easily to be turned gay, then maybe you need to be looking inside yourself. That's so silly. Okay, so I'm just going to give you the esoteric breakdown of why they're putting these male wraps or skirts into the fashion industry and promoting them. I'm going to tell you why. Okay. In ancient Egypt and ancient Kemet, the male and the female both wore similar clothing, skirts, wraps, etc. They both wore eyeliner. They both wore headdresses and wigs. And it wasn't for, just the style back then. It was the merge of consciousness, the right and the left brain, the male and the female merging together as one, mind, body, and soul. Mind, body, and soul. That is one of the laws of the universe. That is why Egyptians were so powerful back then. They were totally merged in all three planes of the universe: the mental plane, the spiritual plane, and the physical plane. Now, they're trying to get us back to this and evolve us past our pre-ape stage. So people are fighting this because they don't understand, because they're so dual thinking. And it's understandable. Sometimes people have to step back and take a look at something from a distance and from a higher point of view. Because if you're up on something, all you're going to see is what's wrong with it. You're not understanding why they're merging male and female fashion. Because, first of all, if men understood women more, then we would be further along as a society. If men could communicate with women more and women could communicate with men more, we would be further along evolution-wise. Okay, so we've been separated. We've been in a patriarchal society, and now it's time to get back together as one. Mind, body, and soul. It's also called the chemical marriage, the alchemical marriage, the sacred marriage, and it's also called Merkaba. So if you're scared of a little skirt, you have issues, and I'm sorry about that. I would suggest that you study alchemy. I would suggest that you study Hermes. I would suggest that you study a lot of things before you make judgment, because making judgment with no knowledge and ignorance is not, there's no excuse for that when there's the knowledge everywhere. you know. So I know you're saying, well, you don't have, you don't have a son, and what if your son comes home with a skirt and da 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 da. Well, I guarantee you, next year and the year after that and the year after that, in every major department store, there's going to be the male wrap, okay, leather, cloth, whatever, especially in the alternative fashion section, like the skaters and the punk rockers and the new age people fashion, they're gonna be wearing that stuff. And if women like it, I think that's one of the problems. If women start to like these male skirts, the men feel like they won't be able to compete for the female attention, because they're all going to be, all the attention's going to be given to the guy in the skirt. So now they're going to have to go buy a skirt, even though they're against it and don't like it and don't understand it. But just as ignorant people do, they just buy the fashion and don't know why they're even wearing it. So if I suggest that you study, and I suggest that you learn, because it's not really anything that's trying to turn you gay. The only thing that can turn you gay is yourself, okay? If you decide to be gay, that's it. So it's just ignorance. 50 years ago, it was unheard of for a female to wear pants, out in public, or unless she worked on a farm. Now look at us, wearing pants, jeans, suits, we have fades, and this doesn't make us gay. So, Janelle Monáe wears a tuxedo. Kanye's ex-girlfriend shaved her head. People wear pants all the time. It doesn't make you gay. The divine feminine spirit is returning to the earth, and we need to merge into one mind again. We're too separate. That's why we're always at each other. That's why you have the male and female war. That's why you have separation. That's why everybody's not together anymore, and separating, and why the woman is more like this and why the man is more like that. If we were more like each other and more like one, then we would get along much, much better. Do y'all remember that song by Prince, If I Was Your Girlfriend, where he sings to his woman, if I was a woman, I would understand you much better. I would know the things you like, because you would open up to me. You would tell me your problems. You would do this, you would do that, and we would be, in a better relationship. That's basically what's happening. They are merging the male and the female mind into one, the fashion and the spirit. And it's not going to be stopped. You can't stop evolution. You can't stop what's happening, what's supposed to happen. This is what's supposed to happen. So I don't care how much you love your baggy jeans and your cross colors and your stuff that you're still rocking from the 90s. You're going to have to put that in the garage sale, and you're going to have to evolve with the rest of us. Otherwise, you're going to be left behind, a laughing stock, and you're just going to look clueless because you don't know what's really going on. And just like in that movie, okay, so in ancient Egypt, the men wore skirts, sandals, hair, everything. They had it all. They had the jewelry rocking. They were just as beautiful as the women, and the women were just as powerful as the man. Even in the Gospels of Thomas, which is not included in the Bible, Jesus says, let thine eye be single, which means your left brain and your right brain be merged into one. And then he even says, like, in one of those parts in the Gospels of Thomas, I'm not going to quote it specifically, but I might have written it down. Yeah, I think I even wrote it down just so I can give it to you straight. Okay. So, did I write it down? Ooh. Anyway, I don't think I did. But basically he says, when the male becomes the female, then you will enter into the kingdom of God. When the left hand is over the right hand. When the right foot is over the left foot. When the right eye is over the left eye, then you will see the kingdom of heaven, which means you're going to be merged. Okay? Y'all remember when I told you about the purple rain? Right side is feminine and blue, represented by water. Left side is red, represented by fire, and the male. Combined, they make purple. Okay? So that's where he gets that song, Purple Rain, from. So also, I wanted to also get into, I made some notes. Okay, Hermes. If y'all don't know the story of Hermes, he was a magician, and also he was basically saying he was the reincarnation of Thoth. And there's a story where he's walking along with his staff, and he sees two snakes mating with this, and he strikes the snakes to break them apart. And poof, all of a sudden he's turned into a woman for 7 years. So he has to live life for 7 years through a woman's perspective. And then the next time he sees two snakes mating, he strikes them again and turns back into the male. This time he's more wise because he can see on both sides and he can think as a male and a female. Now this is like an allegory and a metaphor for the Kundalini energy and for the spine being the staff and for him merging the right and left brain. Okay? And the snakes mating represented male and female energy rising. And when he broke them apart, he turned into a woman. And then when he broke them apart again, he turned back into a man. So now he has both sides of the story, male and female. And then he gets together with Aphrodite, which is a goddess, and they have a child. And his name is what? Hermaphrodite, because he is both male and female merged. Now this is all metaphor, and it's to show you, and also known as the divine child, which also, translates into the Jesus story. Jesus is the divine child, because Mary, Joseph, and God the Spirit, Jesus is the divine child of that union. Okay, so it's the same thing. And if you ever notice, like when they portray Jesus, he's not as masculine as all the other disciples and people around him. Most of them got big heavy beards and and he's shaven almost and just has a little bit and his hair is all soft. Yeah, I don't really agree with what Jesus looks like, but they do make him look a little bit extra feminine, compared to the other people in the movie. He's more soft, okay? And like if you look in any of the artwork where they painted Jesus, he's always got on blue and red, and then the Sacred Heart in the middle, which represents, the merge of mind, body, and soul, and the Sacred Heart and the alchemical marriage, because a lot of people said that Jesus did attend the ancient mystery schools of Egypt. So, if you believe in Jesus, if you believe he existed, or if you believe it's just a metaphor, it's fine. But Jesus, according to the Gospels of Thomas, did perform alchemy and spiritual alchemy. And remember, they all wore dresses and robes and skirts too. Okay. So also, like we're trying to look less at the physical. We're trying to look more at the spiritual being and the mind these days. Because like if you look at aliens and future evolved beings and aliens on the movies, they don't have gender. They don't have gender. And when they reproduce, it's a conscious decision. That means you have to say, okay, you have to go. Like in spiritual evolution, I have all these books about evolved higher beings in the spirit world and how they do have sex, but not on a physical level. And they do reproduce and make new energy. And it's a conscious decision between one spirit and the next. So you don't just go around, having spiritual sex with everybody and making illegitimate children. No, it's a conscious decision. You both have to be consciously deciding in your brain, okay, I want to make a child. And that's one reason why they're trying to merge the male and the female. Because men, they will just have sex with anything and don't care if it results in a child or not. The woman will, have unprotected sex, not thinking about if this guy's going to stay with her and help her raise this child or not. So if we were spiritually evolved enough to make conscious decisions on our reproduction without using alternative methods such as abortions or the Plan B pill and all of that, and we could, if every single person had to make a conscious decision whether to have a child or not, that would be totally evolved. Because now we're just, letting things happen and seeing, getting upset about it. The male and the female are at war now because of unconscious decisions. So merging the male and the female mind is a good thing. So don't worry. It's all going to work out. Men are upset at women because they decided to keep their child. Are you serious? That's dumb. If you're going to lay down with a woman, you need to take full responsibility. If you're not conscious enough to understand when you have sex, it can result in a baby. If you are that dense, then you don't need to be having sex, okay? What they're trying to do is get you to think on a higher level. And the skirt is just the beginning, okay? There's going to be more. There's going to be more. Y'all seen Snoop's fingernails? It's coming. I mean, y'all don't understand what's about to be ancient Egypt in the 21st century. Y'all don't understand, okay? So, if y'all have a problem with this, I'm sorry, but you won't be able to stop it. All you can do is learn about it, accept it. You don't have to wear it, but you do need to understand and be able to tolerate those spiritually evolved beings that feel that this is okay, okay? So, I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, they're trying to make us gay. Only you make you gay, okay? If you're already gay and in the closet and think a skirt is going to bring you out faster, I'm sorry, but that you are already gay, okay? You don't have to fight it. You just don't have to participate in it. It's just going to happen, okay? Just like everything else evolves. And it's not an agenda. It is a push towards evolution. Do you know how people are always saying, well, if the aliens landed or if extraterrestrials came or interdimensional beings came, they would evolve us faster into where we're supposed to be. Well, what do you think they're trying to do? They're not going to just come out and say, hey, you do this and do that. They're going to implement it through media, through fashion, through, the internet, through advertisement. That's how they get you. I mean, people already know and believe that extraterrestrial, interdimensional, higher evolved spiritual forces are already being implemented in the media and everyday society. You're still waiting on something to come out the sky. They're already here, darlings. Okay? And this is it. This is what they're doing. They are merging the humans to be more like a spirit. And if you can't see that, I'm very sorry. And I really wish that you would study more and learn more and be more tolerable. I mean, look at Michael Jackson. And remember the time he wore the Egyptian garb with the skirt. He had his hair looking almost just like mine, except better. His looked better. I'm sure Mike would be rocking a man skirt with no problem, looking good with some rhinestones and glitter on it and a glove to match or something. He would make it look good. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it looks sexy. On Most Def, he had that African print kente cloth wrap on with his little red Gucci shoes and his white button-down shirt and his baseball cap. He looked cute. I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with that. That would turn me on more to some sagging jeans with some drawers hanging out. Okay. Yes, it would. And I'm thinking like all these guys, they're like afraid that women are going to like it and they're going to have to go buy one. Well, you probably do, because secretly women run the world. All our decisions and all our likes are known, and then the man will go and do what they need to do to get our attention. So if we like the men's skirts, guess what? Men's skirts is going to be in the store next fall. So y'all can't really do anything about it. I'm not promoting man skirts by no means. Do not get one if you're not comfortable. So, you don't have to buy one. I'm not on Facebook or any other, social network bashing women who decide to shave their head or wear tuxedos or get tattoos all over, masculine things. I'm not down in those women. I think it's cool, Some guys find masculine looking women sexy. So why can't we have that same thing? It doesn't mean that they're gay. I don't understand. You got female bodybuilders. We got, y'all need to catch up. I mean, basically we're going half on the rent. Y'all want equal partners, y'all just want another man. So y'all might as well, be equals in mind, body, and soul. Because they're saying, okay, well, you need to bring home half the money, pay half these bills, do half this stuff, be my roommate. And, what happened to being a wife? We're merging now to where we want to be equal partners. So if we're going to be equal partners, we really got to be equal partners, mind, body, and soul. So if I'm wearing a skirt and you got on a skirt, then I can't see the gender in you. I can't see, well, you're the man. You're supposed to go out and earn all the money and bring it home to me, and I'm just the little wife, and I need to stay home and cook and clean. No, the gender roles are leaving, and the male skirt is coming in to merge everything. Now, I'm old fashioned. I'm not going to work. I'm staying home. I'm raising my kids, okay? My man is old school. He's not finna wear no skirt. But I'm not against skirts. He's just too old to understand, okay? But what I'm saying is this new generation of you have to help me, I have to help you, we got to do this as a team. Well, teammates on a team usually wear the same uniform. So y'all get that in y'all mind. If y'all really want to fight this male skirt thing and bring back the real man, then that's the only way you're gonna do it. Otherwise, it's here to stay. And I see the skirt taking over before a real man takes over. Okay, I see people rocking skirts before I see men being real men again. Okay, that's what I see. And y'all could be mad at me. I'm sorry. This is just my opinion. You don't have to take it to the bank. And I don't mind the skirts. So if you have something to say about this, if you have an argument against it, that's fine. You can put in the comments. You can say I'm crazy, but I know what I'm talking about because I read history. I know alchemy. I know spiritual alchemy, and I know what's going on and what they're really trying to do. And if you could just step back and take a look at it from another view, you would see too. Okay.